Alright guys, good morning and welcome back. So in today's video, we are trying to learn how to make the style on display. So the first thing you need to know is that the main outfit is the red, while the brown color is the design. So you're going to first of all draft the main base first, which is a red pattern, right? And also note importantly that the back of this outfit, we have the same color of the trouser, which happens to be the design on the right panel, while the left panel will have the red sleeve as well, and also the inner pockets are shown in this picture. So we are going to start the drafting, but before we do this, I believe you must have watched other videos I made on how to draft a male outfit. So the tools you have or you use is always the ones we already used to: your ruler, your chalk, and also your armhole curve and pattern master. So you're going to fold this fabric. So this video is just mainly for those of us whom are yet new to drafting. But if you are already cool with drafting, kindly still watch it to the end and see how to achieve the style. So this folding was gotten from my customer's chest measurement over 4. With the chest we have is 49. So divide by 4, you will have 12.25. That's 12 1/4. So here is 12 1/4, then extra 2 inches. So this is how I got my folding, and it is okay for me. So the next thing you will do here now is to mark out your baseline. You mark out your baseline from this point, after which then you add extra 4 inches. Now this 4 inches you're adding serves for the hemming or folding of this top, which is not part of the top length. You mark 4 inches. After the 4 inches, mark it twice, and then the next you will do is to connect the lines in this form. It goes all through this way, and then you apply the top length, which happens to be 36. So here you mark top length 36 in this form, and then you get your length of top properly marked this way: 36 top length, 36 top length. Now the next you're going to do is to get your armhole. Now the armhole, I have different formulas to get my armhole. Then for this illustration, we are going to be using the chest over 4 minus 1. This is the standard formula we use to get armholes of sleeves that are long sleeves and 3/4. So this outfit has a 3/4 sleeve, as you can see in the picture. So here we divide the chest of 49, which is my chest measurement 49, which gives me 12 1/4 minus 1, 11 1/4. Now, in my own discretion, I want to have a more fitted armhole. I decided to pick 11 as my armhole depth. Now, this comes before the slope and not after the slope. So here you mark 11 inches down for your armhole depth. Also be in mind that there are different methods to get armhole, but this one is the one I find more convenient working with. So if you have any other better method, you can go ahead and use it, but that doesn't discard or discredit any other method out there. So here you mark 12 1/4 for the chest of 49 over 4. Then you have it marked in this form, and then mark extra 2 inches, which is the standard measurement. After that, the next you will do here is to mark your shoulder, which we have to be 20. Divide by 2, that's 10. Then you add extra half an inch for the sleeve joining, right? It becomes 10.5. Bear in mind that the shoulder division should come before the half-inch addition, right? Don't add the half-inch to the total shoulder before dividing. You will get 10 1/4. But here, divide the shoulder first before you add the half. The half should come in full because it's a half-inch on both ends of the bodies of the outfit. So here is 20 for the shoulder plus half. Then once you have placed your tape this way, you are going to tilt or bend your tape to come down by 2.5 inch or any inch of slope you are using. So you mark all through this way, and then the next you will do here is to come down here by 2.5. So you mark 2.5 inch down. So you have these intercepts cutting across each other this way, these lines, So here's my shoulder slope, and here's my shoulder width, plus half an inch. So you must get this cross-like mark here. After which, you go to your neck. Now the neck we have is 18.5. Divided by 6, you have 3.125. Then after you minus 0.3 from it, you have 2.7. Then here you mark 2.7. Now the neck formula states that you will divide your neck by 6 and subtract 0.3 from it. So here you mark 2.7 width, and then add half an inch to whatever you use in marking your neck width. So once you have gotten to that half an inch, then you mark 3 or 3.2, right? 3.2 down, that for the neck depth. Now the neck formula states that if you want to get a perfect neck width, divide the neck by 6 and subtract 0.3 from it, then mark the answer on the width, then add half to the letter answer to get your depth. Then which I have done, then mark the line to come out all through in this form. This one as well comes all through in this form. It must form this right angle triangle here, and then you take your armhole curve, place in this form where the curve should not be too deep at the inside. It should be a bit pushed out this way at angle 45 degrees, and then you connect from the neck width to the neck depth with a curve. It goes all through this way. And after this, the next thing you will do here is to connect the shoulder slope and the shoulder slant, shoulder width to the neck edge. This point goes all through this way. And after you have done this, the next thing you will do here is to make sure that the line that goes to the armhole should not be straight. It should come in by half an inch inwards this way, and then you connect slightly from here to this very point. So this is how it goes. Now, after you have done this, the next you will do now is to take your pattern master or your armhole curve, then place this way, where the line that is going from the shoulder point will cut across half an inch in from this line that went to the armhole, and then the curve should end at the real chest measurement. So here you carefully place your pattern master, your armhole curve, and then here you make a curve that connects all through to this very point. So this is what you have. It goes all through this way. Then, having done this, now the next you will do is to make sure that if you want to draft the body side of the outfit, you have to consider if the client has tummy, and which I have done initially, but I'm just trying to explain to you so you understand how the process is being done. You have to consider if the person has tummy. If he do have tummy, or if he don't have tummy, you need to use the tummy measurement to fold this fabric. But my client chest and tummy are in line, so I will have to bring down the value of the chest measurement straight down to the hemline. But then if your client has tummy, you need to apply the tummy measurement somewhere here, and this line should no longer go straight. It should now cover the tummy measurement, right? So having said that, then my client's chest and tummy are in line. Then the line connects all the way straight to this very point. And then from the 4 inches hemline, you come up by 7 for the slit opening for the outfit. And that is all we need to do. And the next you do now is to cut, and which I'll also show you guys how to go about the whole patterning of the design. So let me cut this and show you the next step to take.
I grab my sketch and make the line. Patterns flow like vintage wine. Dress in colors bold, refined. With fashion art I'm intertwined. From the canvas to the screen, styling dreams.
Right, so here we want to do the back panel. And also be in mind that, like I said, the back of this outfit is this color, right? If you take a closer look at that picture on the display, you observe that at the shoulder area, you are seeing this color at the shoulder point, while the red is just an additional color in the whole process, because the trouser is this color as well. So in doing such outfits, you have to pay close attention to detail so that you not make mistakes or spoil fabrics. So having said that, Then the next thing you're going to do here is to raise the back panel by the same value you raised or you slanted the front, right? So let me bring the phone closer so you have a closer look. So the same value you use in the front slanting is what you will use in the back raising. So remember that we use 2.5 in this front slanting. So here you also replace the 2.5 by raising the back panel to go up by 2.5 as well from the value, from the point of the front slope. So you mark in this form. So once you are done with this, then you connect the lines all through this way. And this is what you have. And then use your pattern master. Use your pattern master as well. Then in connecting the neckline, you are not going to connect it straight up from what you have here. No, you are going to connect it half an inch or 3/4 inch backwards, right? Now, the reason for this is to make sure that the back neck edge is a bit wider than the front pattern, right? So that when you turn it over, it laps or it corresponds. So here it goes all through that way. And the next you do here is to come down by 1.5 for the neck depth. For the neck depth, 1.5. Then after that, you place your pattern master or arm hook off. Anyone you can lay your hands on. You place it all through that way. Okay, let's use our pattern master. So you place it all through this way, and then you connect from here. You draw all through down this way. Now let me give you a trick of a guide rather on how to know if your curve is correct. Recall that we use 1.5 inch here for the slope, right? 1.5. So now the perfect curve here should be double value of what you have here. So let's confirm if here is correct. So from here to this point must give you 3 inches. Double of the value of whatever you used in the neck depth should be what you should have here, 3 inches. That shows that this is a perfect connection. And then we're going to cut out before we now show you the designing part of this outfit.
Seems like you've never seen. Textures blend in harmony, creating fashion symphony. Hey there, folks, don't be shy. Hit that like, subscribe, apply. Comment down if you feel fly. Mystery defined.
Right, so here we want to create a design on the outfit. Bear in mind that that design is on the right side of the outfit, so we always make sure we cut open this way. Then this is the front of the clothes, and this is the front of the clothes as well. So I want to just trace out the shape of this right part, then I will show you how to create that design. So here you cut a replica size to an extent. You just carefully cut this out this way. Then cut the armhole region as well. Cut the armhole region as well. All through this way. Cut the armhole region as well. All through this way. And then you cut here as well. Cut here as well. Cut the neckline points as well. Now that design started from somewhere on the neck, and then it encroached somewhere here and then go down. So what I would do is I would just fold this to the point I feel that the maximum design we get to, and then cut it straight in this form. So here, once you fold to get the point where you feel the design will get to maximum, then you trim the excess. You just cut out. You just trim. So I feel I will trim from here. I will trim from here. This is the best way or the simplest way you can get this done. And the reason I'm doing this form for easy understanding. So just trim this to this very point. And then you also just cut out the neck part. This one can just go this way. Then you now bring it up. you now bring this particular design up in this form. So this is this. Then you place this in this form. Place in this form, and then you have to bring the picture of that design, keep in another phone, and be okay, in your phone rather, and be tracing the pattern, right? So let me transfer the design. I'll come back to trace it as well and show you how to go about it. So here we have the picture in your phone. So if you observe, you are going to notice that this center panel extended way beyond the midpoint of this red panel, so that you pay close attention to the details. This is the design we have, right? So let's go. Now, how do you start? Now, the first thing you need to know is that the neckline is somewhere at the midpoint. That neck point is somewhere at the middle. This is not part of it. Now, you use your chalk and start tracing. So here is somewhere before the middle, right? This is the center point of the neck. So you go down this way. You go down this way. And then this other one came from this angle. So it's going to be a back and front process, right? A back and front process. Now, you might actually decide to enhance your own design. You must not follow a replica of what you are seeing there, except when you are not too sure of creating something better off. So you can decide to, replicate it, but not in exact form. So it's going to be a back and front process for you. It's going to be a back and front process for you. Now I have gotten to this point. This is the angle I start pushing out this other point. You push it out all through this way. Remember that this center panel is exceeding the center panel. So somewhere here is ideal. Then you return back again. Then making sure that you don't exceed the point where you have your design. And if you observe, this down part as well, it did not get to the middle. It's a bit away from the middle. So somewhere here will be ideal. Somewhere here will be ideal. Somewhere here will be ideal. Here will be ideal. Then you draw a straight line, and then you can now start from here to replicate that design all through as well until the both ends corresponds. Now, once you have gotten to this point, so this is a rough sketch of it, then you are going to now start cutting. Now, this cutting is where you have more job to do. Now, if you notice that this might be wider or this is wider, you can adjust everything you did here to be a bit smaller, so that to create more space for this one to come up, right? So you can adjust it to a point where it suits you properly. So let me cut. Now, in cutting, it will be a very careful cutting process for you. So you carefully start the cutting process. You carefully start the cutting process of this. Now, some persons will be asking, what will be the means of holding this fabric together? Now, the means to hold this together is with embroidering. You have to use embroidering stitches to hold this outfit together. So it's going to be a gradual process. So I will cut out this, then I will show you as well.
I grab my sketch and make the line. Patterns flow like vintage wine. Dress in colors bold, refined. With fashion art I'm intertwined. From the canvas to the screen, styling dreams like you've never seen. Textures blend in harmony, creating fashion symphony. Hey there, folks, don't be shy. Hit that like, subscribe, apply. Comment down if you feel fly. Mystery defined is standing by. Outfits popping in daylight, mixing shades to feel just right. Drawing styles that take their flight. Fashion spark ignites the night. Threads of inspiration spin. Come on in, let's just begin. Every clip a world within. Join the flare under my skin. Creation flowing like a stream. Fashion bold and never mean. Unveil magic from.
So here we have finished the drafting. As you can see how beautiful the design came out. Now the next we are going to do now will be, if you have the time, you can use haste and gum back of this, like haste, gum this, and then you use hemming gum and hold these components together this way. Now send them for embroidering. Embroidering machine, we use embroidering to guide these edges one after the other. So for some people asking me how to guide these edges, embroidering zigzag will be used to guide all of these edges properly all through this way. So this is how you go about the design. So if you want to see the final result, this is how you go about it, and this is what you have. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one. Bye bye.